New tonight, the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank says truckloads of canned food deliveries from the U.S. Department of Agriculture were canceled due to federal government cuts. That cancellation only affects bonus shipments, but officials tell News 2's David Hamilton it could be a bigger problem as the need grows later in the year.
Michael, Sylvia, I spoke with Mike Manning, the president of the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, who says the loss of food will create a void they will now have to fill.
We're trying to build as much as we can now to be able to make it through the challenges of the summer.
And now with 6 truckloads of food canceled by USDA here and many more nationwide, concerns are growing.
Well, there are a lot of things going on with the USDA right now and really a lot of uncertainty. The local food purchase program that we were using to buy food from farmers to provide for the food bank from smaller farmers was canceled for this year.
This is something that Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank's president Mike Manning says has only raised more worries for the bank.
We've seen some loads canceled that were a bit unusual to see that many this early in the year. And it's just the total uncertainty about what's really going to happen, or are we going to get our regular allocations? And that's the fear is, will the food be available? Will we have sufficient food to address the need?
Here in the warehouse of the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, shelves are sitting empty that are usually full of food, showing indications that levels aren't where they usually are.
That's a problem because that means we don't have the food to distribute. So that's the concern for us is whether we'll have sufficient food to distribute. If not, how we're going to replace that food.
For those who depend on the food bank, that means less food is available.
Well, we're going to have to reduce our allocation per pound per client. We've been very fortunate to be able to raise it to 25 pounds, but it's going to have to go back down. We'll probably have to we'll do it in stages, moving back probably to 20 and then potentially lower if we don't have the food supply. Because the last thing we want to do, we'd rather give everyone, as many people as we can, some food as opposed to having to turn people away at all.
Manning says they are still looking for answers on what will happen with expected future truckloads of incoming food from the USDA.